So, hello everyone, and today we will analyze and discuss about quality, about shot quality in paddle, and why this is a very important factor. For many people this is actually very intuitive, in the sense that even at amateur level you see this kind of tactic applied, but there are a lot of nuances in this, and we're gonna try to cover some of the details about it in discussing these videos. And as always, I forget that I need to put my pen up, otherwise what am I going to show you? Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Okay, now we are on and we can start. So there is some, yeah, there we go. So we are about to discuss this topic, and I want to start from here already, by analyzing the match played today in the Padel Pro League between, technically yesterday, because they are in America, between Tapia, Sanz and Silingo, Leal. And yeah, let's go right away to see what happens. So, we're going to discuss shot quality, and we start from your opponent's shot quality. There we go. There we go, it's the lob. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try to see this point. Actually doesn't really play too much into that, but okay. Already on the return, they went, Leal goes on Tapia's backhand. So the first thing is very simple. If your opponent has some shot which is easier for him, meaning that it's more effective, meaning it has more quality, then you try to avoid it. That's the first tactic. And this involves point 1 that you can see below here is the opponent. So you should try to understand what are your opponent's best shots and worst shots. So for example, in this case, you're playing against Tapia, you don't want to play to Tapia. No, I'm joking. Just because every shot is good, but of course if you have to choose between the forehand and the backhand volley, you go on the backhand volley, you never go on the forehand. So, and you can see already on the return, which is a difficult shot by the way, you don't want to give your opponent an easy forehand volley to finish the point right away. Okay, lob. And here a classic example of what you really don't want to do with these kind of players, which is giving them angles. So in this case, Leal plays a lob, which Tapia arrives it with maybe jumping backwards, but from here Tapia is able to do at 3 meters, for example, because I mean he has the capacity to do it. So the 3 meters, which I will draw like this, he is able to do the ruler on the fence, trying to take this part of the court, which I will try to, yeah. And he can also play, let's say, a slow ball to the middle. So kind of hard to really face Tapia in these conditions. It's giving him a lot of angles, and this means it's giving him a lot of choices. So that's the reason most likely Leal goes on the non-playing shoulder of Tapia, is that maybe he thinks that Tapia's V-bar is better than this, but actually I don't think so. Maybe he didn't want Sanz to enter. You can see Leal has to play a very difficult volley. There we go, Tapia goes in the middle. First you go in the middle so that Silingo has to play this very awkward backhand volley, which is a difficult shot. And now Silingo, it's a not so good lob. Instead it's perfect. I thought it was going to be short, instead it's perfect. Great end. Yeah, and you can see now, once again, something that you don't want to do is give an easy shot to your opponent. And of course both Tapia and Sanz can smash very very well. And in this case Sanz actually missed the smash a bit. And yeah, that was even better, because let's go 1 second here. This ball here. Sanz could have played everything. Instead he tries to make Leal play a slow Chiquita. and try to complicate matters for him. Instead of making him play, I don't know, instead of making a lob to Leal, which most likely is a suicide because Leal is a very good smasher, then he just goes for the shot, and this is a good setup. Still Sanz not finishing the point. But even on the last shot, Silingo just played a fast ball to the feet. So something that I didn't mention in other videos is playing to the feet of your opponent. This is a very good tactic in general, but you need to be precise. So every ball that comes close to your feet, it's hard. Why? Because either you need to move, or you need to be good hands, have to good hands, good balance to get the ball, to get a quality ball on the other side of the court. However, when you're trying to do this tactic, if you don't play precisely to your opponent's feet, then you're setting the ball up for him. Because then it's going to be a ball maybe on one of the two sides, either backhand or forehand, but it's going to be close to him, he doesn't have to move. So it really depends on the situation. One common situation is this that we've seen, where you have one player, in this case, Sanz was in an awkward position, and Silingo managed to play exactly at his feet. And this puts him in trouble. Yes. Okay, so we focused a lot in this very first long point on your opponent. Now, there are 4 people on the court. You, your partner, and your opponent. So the first thing is you should understand which shots your opponent struggled the most, and it may be a lot, let's say the forehand after the sidewall. So we've seen Cuello in playing a lot when he plays against Shingato on this wall here, because the ball then comes up here and forces your opponent to move. That's a difficult ball. So depends a lot on your opponent, but there are common shots that are more difficult than others, and I just told you about one. That the common strategy is to go to the backhand, and most high backhand volleys are difficult for players, so that could be another tip. But now it's important to discuss, it's very important to discuss quality from your own side. So what your partner is able to do and what you are able to do. So in this case, Silingo is playing with Leal, meaning Leal has a very good smash. So how do you set him up correctly for that shot? Well, your volleys are going to be super important. You need to play a difficult ball so that if your opponent tries to make a lob on Leal, meaning a diagonal lob, they're going to be in trouble. So for example, Silingo could play a lot with this backhand volley on the backhand of Tapia, meaning playing parallel, meaning doing this kind of things, because then Tapia, if he wants to hit a lob, the easiest lob usually would be the diagonal one, because there is more court, but he's going to have to play it on Leal. So if he wants to play a lob on Silingo, which doesn't have the same smash, he should be doing it on parallel, where he has less space, because here there is less space on the parallel side. So very interesting concept. And let's try to see a bit about what we can say about these 4 players, and you can see exactly what I told you, by the way. What are the Tapia makes an insane block, by the way. That's kind of illegal, I should say. Okay. Sorry for that, but I just watched Italy against Argentina in the Davis Cup in tennis. It's beautiful. Italy won in the doubles. Incredible. So we should use this moment to say Silingo is amazing. Now we can go on to the video. Now let's try to see the quality, the best shot of your opponent. So let's, best and worst shot of course. So let's try to see, okay, have Leal, let's say on the defense. Okay, what's his worst shot? I would say the backhand, because look at what he's been able to do with the forehand now. With a botte pronto, which is very hard. Okay, so I would say the backhand, yeah. And he's okay. Okay, what's Silingo worst shots? Worst and best shots, let's try to see. Silingo, it's a backhand, it's not that bad. Silingo seems to have difficulty move, he doesn't move very well. And you can see that ball really made him struggle. So you can see he's struggling to play it with the forehand, and maybe that's why. So during the match you have to constantly also update. Yeah, that's just shot of the ass. Okay, let's see now Tapia and Sanz. Okay, they clearly playing on. Okay, Sanz forehand is very good. Look at the lob. Lob is perfect. They're able to go to the net. Backhand volley is good. Sanz is playing good. Okay, maybe Tapia's backhand volley, but okay, that was a silly mistake. So we don't have enough information yet. Okay, Tapia, forehand lob, it's not that good. Okay, forehand of Sanz, very, very good. Sanz, playing well with both fundamentals. Tapia, okay, so Tapia cannot do anything on this. So, still, backhand of Sanz, playing very, okay, Sanz has a good lob with the forehand. Tapia, decent forehand volley. Sanz with a magnificent, but okay, maybe you should play fast to Sanz, that you give you the intention to smash. Bad mistake. Still no information. Serve. Sanz serve, decent. Okay, Sanz rulo, it's good. Sanz forehand volley, not perfect. Sanz 3 meters, not perfect. So maybe you can try to make Sanz smash, because not necessarily is going to put the ball out. Okay, Tapia Bahal is decent, yes. Sanz is having good lobs at the moment. Okay, lob on Leal, no. Lob from backhand. Leal is also hitting good lob. Okay, this kind of forehand volley approach wasn't perfect, so maybe if you have a low ball in the middle, that maybe you can try to make Sanz play. Although that seems quite a silly mistake. Okay, you don't play on Tapia smash. That seems a good off. So you can see that during the match you should update. So if your opponent is hitting every backhand out, okay, maybe then you should go to his backhand. But if he doesn't, you should find some shot or some combination shot that puts him in difficulty. And you should know it also about yourself. So what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and how can you adapt in the game? So I really hope you enjoy it. We've seen also a little bit of the highlights, and really I want to spoil you the result. And for some reason, what's that? Yeah, for some reason you won't ads in my video, and I really don't like it. Very sad. Very, very sad. Oh, thank you. No, come on, another one. If you are still with me, I love you. Please subscribe. If you're here with me, subscribe, because let's see how it finished. Okay, 5-3. Playing well. You don't play easy volley to your opponent. It's a lob from Tapia. It's a good lob. Okay, it's a miss from Leal, so Bahala from Leal was bad direction, but it was a good shot. So, Tapia Sanz win. We've seen a bit about shot quality, and I hope you enjoyed a bit. Subscribe, and see you in the next video.